Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about subsidiary books. So, subsidiary books is one of the original books which we use to record the primary transactions, which is called the first book. On the basis of subsidiary books, postings are made into concerned accounts thereafter. So, next is the advantages of subsidiary books. So, what is the purpose of using such subsidiary books is to posting of each entry becomes easy because we have to maintain a separate books for each and transactions. Like if we are following purchase books, then such transactions will alone enter in the purchase book. Whatever the purchase transactions alone will enter in the purchase books. So if we are doing sales, such a sales entry alone enter in the particular book. So it is easy for us to locate the desired transaction as it is separate books for each and every thing. So it is easy for us to locate the particular transactions. And also important descriptions also about the transactions can also be easily made in such books. So these are the advantages of subsidiary books. Next one is disadvantages of subsidiary books. They may be expensive, like in case of small businesses. It is as the nature of the business itself is small, so it is not necessary for them to maintain the subsidiary books. It is more or less they can use the journal entries that will make their job easier, and it requires some basic knowledge about accountancy. In case if any error is happen, that will make their job easy to rectify the such errors if they have the prior knowledge about the accountancy. So these are the disadvantages of subsidiary books. Next one is the types of subsidiary books. So these are the types. First one is purchase book, sales book, cash book, purchase return book, sales return book, bills received book, bills payable book. So these are the types of subsidiary books. First we will see about the purchase book. Purchase book, as I said, only the purchase transaction, the transaction which deals with the purchases, that alone will enter in the purchase book. That too, not the cash purchase, only the credit purchase transaction will be entered in the purchase book. So where we will enter the cash transaction, that will recorded under cash book. So cash book is a separate book which is to record all the cash transaction. So once if the purchase is done in cash, then that will be entered in the cash book. If the purchase is done in the credit mode, then that will be entered in the purchase book. As the same case maybe if the sales is made in the cash, then that will go into the cash book. If the sales is made under credit, that will goes under to the sales book. Okay, so first purchase book, as I said, it is recording of purchase made on credit. And also the other name of purchase book is invoice book, bought book, or purchased journal. These are the other names, and it is necessary to record the transaction in the journal book where they are entered in the purchases book. Next one is, this is the format for purchase book. It contains date column, particulars column, invoice number, ledger folio, and the amount. These are the columns which will appear in the format of the purchase book. Next one is about sales book. The same like purchase, the only credit mode sales alone enter in the sales book. So it is the record in such sales book is made from the outward invoice book, which contains the exact copy of each invoice sent out to the customers. So this is the format for sales book. Date column, particulars, outward invoice number, which then ledger folio, then the amount. Next one is purchase return book. Purchase return means like when we purchased something, due to some of the reasons we will be sent back those goods to the seller. That is called purchase return. Those returns alone will enter in the purchase return book. The book which is used to record the returns for to the seller is called purchase return book. Also it is also known as return outward books. While returning goods, buyer prepare debit note. So this is the format for such a purchase return book: date column, particulars, ledger folio, debit notes and amount. Next one is sales return book. It is a book used for returning goods returned by the buyer, because once we made the sales, the person who buys from us is denoted as buyer. We are the seller, right? So once if they found any damage or any inconvenience towards the product, they will be sent back those goods to us. That will be treated as sales return book. So those transactions will comes under sales return book. Also, the other name for such sales return book is return inwards book, because it's getting the goods are getting inward to the business, so it is known as the sales return inwards book, or in simply we can say return inwards book. So while keeping records in sales return book, seller prepares a credit note. So this is the format for sales return book: date column, particulars column, ledger folio and credit note will be the extra column, and last one is the amount column. Next one is cash book. To record, in the beginning itself I told you, to record only the cash transaction, a separate book will be maintained, that is called cash book. The function of cash book is to keep records of all the cash transactions. Cash book takes place the cash account. It is not necessary to open separate cash account in the ledger after keeping record in the cash book. These are the types of cash book. First one is simple cash book, double column cash book, triple column cash book and petty cash book. Thank you.